Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Blue Horseshoe loves quantum computing. Blue Horseshoe loves quantum computing. As you can see today, everybody liked quantum computing, and then I just saw coming across CNBC that the White House has denied loving Blue Horseshoe. What are you going to do? Well, do what I do. I stick to A, B, C, D. The rest of it's all baloney, in my opinion, but that's my 2 cents worth. All right, you can see here, there's the ABCD, there's the 382. We're sitting there right now in the Dow Jones. This is very bearish, in my opinion, folks, because the news we had here was so spectacular that no one would believe it. That was just, oh my God, 2 lifetimes ago. It was yesterday. And we went from 4,730 down to 46,620, and all we've done so far is to make a 382 ABCD pattern here today. Now we've got the Dow Jones making this pattern, we've got the S&P making its pattern, and we have the Russell making its pattern, but that doesn't make any difference because we're dealing one thing at a time. Folks, I deal in numbers, okay? Now, first of all, let's take a look at the gold market, all right? People ask about the gold market. Now, here's where we are in the gold market, all right? There was our high right back here, okay? There was our high right back there. We rallied to exactly 382 at 41.75, okay? The market came down, and what was the high today? 41.71, slightly higher high. And the key to this was right here, folks. Just watch what I'm looking at here. Now, this is really a real wild market, folks. You're going to $150, $200 a day. But look, from the low what you made yesterday to the low that you made this morning was exactly 0.382. And what did it do? It went right back to this number right here. Now, it's acting relatively bullish considering what we've done here, because we have a low right here. Okay, we got a low right there, and we got a new low here. So all we're going to do now is we're going to go measure to see if this last pullback was exactly 382. Not yet, but I'm expecting it to get there. That would complete this ABCD, which will be the first major ABCD, because this other is just mad, and that's going to take us up to new highs above here around 41.85. So that's a key level that we want to be watching when we're paying attention to that, okay? That's all that we're watching is just these numbers. That's really, what we've got to work with, and that's what we're trying to see when we're seeing these things unfold here. Now let's get up here and take a look at the silver market, because the silver market is acting just as beautifully with these numbers that we have with everything else, okay? So here's where we are with the silver. We made the big ABCD down here, okay? By the way, those of you that like ABCD, we were on the show with the cattle yesterday before I went ballistic and couldn't figure out what was going on, but it was all my fault, folks. I was in the wrong button, the wrong room, and I wasn't aware that I had another room to go to. And now that I have this room, I'm able to, function perfectly. So it was not the fault of anybody except yours truly. Now there's the ABCD that we have right here. Okay, now it's a nice ABCD. If you remember from the cattle, let's just to remind you of that. We'll just bring this up here so you can see us. There's our cattle move. You remember we sold it right up in here. Let's get this out of the way here. And we will move here from this level. And what did we do on the downside? We went to almost exactly to the level right here. As you can see, spot on. And then we had a rally today, didn't we? Let's see what that rally was, boys and girls. From your high right back here to the pullback right there. It comes in, well, it went a little bit above the 382, and it wouldn't have stopped you out, but you'd still be in that trade. Okay, now let's get back to the silver. I don't want to jump around too much. Now, there was our high in the silver. That was a long-term weekly high. We dropped $8 an ounce, folks. Now, you might think that's a lot, but let's just look at it from historical point, because this has happened before. Okay, now we have this big run up right here. Okay, now I'm going to have to go to the daily, not the other one, because the reason why is because it gives me a better idea of showing you what I'm trying to show you. And that's right here. Okay, the last time we had something like this happen was in that April fiasco that we had everything going down. If you just measured, you dropped from 35 down to 27. You dropped $8. Okay, that's $8 an ounce right there. Okay, now look what's happened so far. You just move this over like this. So this is just a normal correction in a potential really bullish market. See, so we just made a 382 here, but we still have the potential to make this right here. This could still be bullish, folks. I mean, just because this market comes off to, I mean, this has been off to the races in gold. We backed off $400, but that's only 10%. In 2 days or 3 days. I mean, so it's not the end of the world for the gold market. It might be, but so far, it's bouncing back pretty good. That's so mainly why we're watching these things unfold the way they do. Okay, so let's move over here, and we're going to talk about another one that I think is relatively important, and that is this crude oil, because we mentioned in a special report just a few days ago. Hold on one second. We'll get this up here to take a look at it here. 1 second, and get this. There's where we go. Let's hold on. Maybe I'll be able to get it here eventually. Okay, there's where we're going right now in the crude oil. But remember here on the daily, folks, we talked about this as being a major bottom down in here. There were a lot of reasons to tell you that you had an ABCD here, you had an ABCD there. I mean, everything was telling you that there was something right here, and we've rallied, folks, $6,000 here in just a matter of 5 trading days. That's equal to what we did at this point when we had a perfect 382. If you remember, this was way back when oil was at 79 and something, and you can see there's where it went, stopped right there at almost exactly 382, your ABCD, and then you can see we make the big down move. We had several big down moves in here that we have to calculate. There's one right here, what takes us down to that level right there. You've got another one right behind it because you've got another higher high, another lower low. That takes you right down to that level right there. And then you had another one that was right here. High, 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 buy, 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 and there it is right there. If you remember, we had Mike Moore of More Analytics on the phone with us that day talking about just last week and what the market was doing. And he said to always to follow the strongest of the group. Now, there's a crude oil, there's heating oil, and there's also gasoline. And the strongest one of the group was heating oil. So we're just going to remind you what Mike told us, okay? Because he's going to be our guest on Monday to go over this stuff one more time, because sometimes it can be helpful. No, we're going to put up the 60-minute here in the heating oil, and you can see here that which one's the strongest, folks. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is like so much stronger than this thing has gone, oh my God, 27 cents, folks. It's a huge amount here. And there's the same pattern. You can see the same bottoming pattern, and this is what's been doing, okay? So let's keep in mind what we're watching here, folks. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, last week we were talking about Beyond Meat, the fact that it had run into some pretty tough times, but it wins the prize for the best trade of the week. Let's just go to the daily and you'll see what happened just the other day. Folks, trust me on this. I have never, ever in my, there you can see it went from 65 cents to $7.50. I think someone said that was a 10,000% move or something. And of course, it's given back more than half of it right now. And it did the same game over here. You know, they had it at 5, it doubled in price, and the next day it came down. I mean, they're playing the same game. This was caused by Walmart saying, yeah, we're going to stock our shelves with that stuff. And that was the other day, 2 days ago. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and there's where we were on Monday. There's Wednesday. Here's where we are today. So I can tell you with 100% certainty, of all the years I've been in this business, which is 62, I have never gotten a tip that works. Ever, not one single time. And believe me, that's 100% because every time I get one, I should go the other way. I read that stuff in Reminiscences of a Stock Operator when old Jesse Livermore was talking to the old guy named Westlake, and I lived in Westlake Village, so it sort of made a ringing sound in my memory. And he said, oh, Westlake comes in. Oh, no one listens to him. No one listens to him. And Jesse said, are you kidding me? The guy's 100% right. Just do the opposite of what Westlake tells you to do. So maybe you should do that with me, too. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Anyway, that's what we're watching here right now with Bed, Back, and Beyond. And then when you see stuff that happened today, and it happens every day, folks, more so now because Mr. Trump has got some experience with the markets, and I'm sure none of his friends or relatives take advantage of the things he's going to say, because that would be, I would think, would be against the law, but who knows? The law is what you say it is. This is the gasoline. You can see the big move that we've had here over the last few days, also looking pretty nicely. Okay, so there's where we're watching here some more. And have we made our high in the S&P? No, still just a little bit off. We need a little bit more in the S&P, and then I think we'll be okay if we can do that one. All right, so we're watching it. As we look at that, let's check and see if we made our high here in the old NASDAQ. Let's get up here. Well, I've got to do it this way. Hold on one second, folks. I'm really able to move this around good, so that makes it very positive that I'm able to do it. The NASDAQ is right here. Let's just see how we just made it in the NASDAQ too. There's your ABCD. We're hitting that one right on the spot here in the NASDAQ as we're watching it today. The Dow Jones now is still, if you just sold that, you'd still have you're about even, I guess, 46926. So it got a very, very slight profit if you're watching that one. Okay. And let's move on here to carry a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. Let's get this out of the way here, folks. You know, the people in the stock market are in politics. They get inside information all the time. It's part of their job that they take advantage of that stuff, folks. So don't. I'm not saying, whether they shouldn't, or whatever it happens to be. It just, that's the way it is. So it's not in my ballpark. Okay, let's move on and move on. Let's talk about one of the other trades that we've had on for quite some time now, and we talked about it on the air just about every day. Let's get this up here, and that is the old Canadian dollar. We'll get this up here, move it over here, put it up with a 60-minute. There's where we are. If you remember, we put this on the daily chart. You'll see there was our 382 right up here. Now you can see we backed off well over 1.5 points now, so it's acting pretty good. Looking at this on the shorter time frame, you see we're dropped pretty good these last few days, quite a bit as a matter of fact. You can see, so it's starting to work pretty good. So you're okay with that, so stick with it, and you're going to be just fine, I would think. If you remember, also, we were involved in the euro, that we're very bearish, the euro, if you remember. And so we're going to bring that one up to remind us where we are. And we'll just get the 60-minute up on here. You can see we've got a really good chance here now, folks, because we had that big move down, stopped exactly at the 78% level right here. That was yesterday. There's today's action. You can see we're wanting to get this one more time, because this has really bearish ramifications from the long-term chart that we've gone over many times. There's your AB leg. There's your CD leg. Your 382 is going to come in right about there, it looks like. Let's just put that in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to verify what that is, because we'd like to see it get there so that we can add to another position. There it is right there, up a little bit higher, maybe about 40, 50 more pips to that level. And that would be a really good one to look at. The reason why, folks, because if you look at this on the long term, which we were taught by several people, that if you're going to trade long term, you've got to be able to have some entry points. So there's the level that we're looking at here. This is the first big ABCD in this going back for the last 15 years, folks. There's one right here. There's also one right there. There's an A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. No A, B, C, D in here. Nothing. But now we got one. Okay, that we haven't had one since 2013, folks. That's 12 years. So there's where we are, and we think we're going to be heading down into this area right here. This is a huge move, folks, if we get to that level. Remember, the euro, when it first came out, in I think it was 1999 or 2000, it came out at, I believe, I don't even remember. All I know, it was trading at 164 when I got married in 2007, and from there it went down to 93. So anyway, that's what so I think you can see that 2007. Yeah, there was the high right there. That's when I got married, December of 2000 and We were on a honeymoon in where was that? Italy, and I paid $9 for a Coke, folks, in the middle of the night when I was trying to trade, trying to stay awake. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, let's get this out of the way, and we want to look at one other one of these currency, and that's the British pound. And it hasn't really done very much recently. It's backing off a little bit, which was pretty much expected here. This is just the hourly over the last few days, and you can see we've been drifting lower. Move this over just a little bit. You can see we didn't quite, the 382 was right here, so we went in between, but we were in the euro, folks. So we don't trade, if we're going to do in one contract against the dollar, we don't do both, because it'd be better to just do 2 euros than to do 1 British pound, because they run pretty much against it, okay? So that's what we're watching here. We did have a little bit of a 382 here this morning. If you traded the pound and watched 382s, that's what you can look at, and there you go, and you'll be watching that right there, okay? So those are some of the things we're looking at. I think how we're doing with the time here. Oh, okay, we're going to take a look at Tesla, and we'll get this up here. Al, I guess the charts are working good. My God, this makes it so much easier for me. I can't believe it. Now, Tesla now it has some bad news on Tesla today. Whoa, what's going on? That cannot be right. Is it right? It got back all of it? Wow, it sure did. Look at this. Look at this. It's opened lower, and look where it is now. And holy cow, no wonder the market's running up. That's a heck of a move. Oh, I know what it was. Maybe the news was wrong. Who knows? That's a big move, folks. Wow, let's look at this in just a minute here. Wow, look at the news comes out, and it's rallied $35. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Wow.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks. Now, this is soybean meal. As you know, we wrote this was the BCD we were looking for. We had a little bit of a pullback here, and now you can see where we are. We've had a pretty nice move. It's completed all of the objectives that we wanted right here. So that will $4 made 4 times. So, 1,600 for that profit. Now, 2 things are happening in this soybean meal, and that is you're reading almost a non-random walk by Dr. Andrew Lowe, and that basically says that markets repeat, and not only that, they repeat the predictable within. So markets are chaotic, but when the chaos, non-random pattern. Now there's the last and soybean meal. It went from 173 all the way up to from 270. That was a $30 move. Move this over like this, because you get up to that level. Also, tell us there. You can see there's a whole bunch of them right in here. Look at these on the web, folks. Once it starts, you know that old 382 action that we always talk about? That's what have got you into that thing. This year was the last chance to buy it, and then you had one more chance right here. There was a little 382 right here. Remember, this takes quite a while to pull these things back in, but there it is right there. Have another one right there, and we're off to the races. So that's what you want to be doing as you're watching these things here unfold. Okay, now next thing we're going to take a look at here is the wheat market. Now this is a little disappointing, but it's still doing okay. Here's the Christmas wheat that we liked, and you can see it's having a pretty good move also. And there's, we had to look to be a buyer right down in this area right here. And you can see the 93 level, and you can see we've had a little bit of a rally here. And this is really a very, very shallow rally, folks. As you can see, we've been 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 days here, and all we've been able to rally is, well, that's a pretty good rally. We rallied a little about 20 cents. That's considering that's been in the bear market, it's doing pretty good. Now, what we want to do is we want to find out if what we're looking at here from the high here, see that 618 comes in right there, okay? But what we're going to do is we want to see what the big 382 will be, because maybe that's where we are right now. And you can see that's where we are right now. We went up and we made the 382, and it's taken 6 days to get here. That, to me, is a shorting opportunity. In fact, we have live trading tomorrow. Hope you can join me, 9-12. Contact Tommy at TFNN.com, and he can get you signed up. Anyway, there's your 382 pattern right here. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days up. That's about all you're going to get in a rally like this. And so this would be a place where you want to be looking to get out of your long and go short with that. Okay? So those are the ones that we're watching. Now let's take a look here. I know everybody's asking about what's going on with that thing we put on with the Dow Jones. I haven't looked at it because I looked like I put it right. Oh, it's still right here in front of me. Bear with me a second. We're still doing the same thing. It hasn't done anything. We're just sitting here, just watching it unfold here, as that's what it's doing. Okay, and that's what we're almost there. We've almost made our ABCD pattern in the S&P, folks. We've been to 75. It measures to 78, so that's pretty close to where it's supposed to get to. All right. And we might still, it's only 3 points away, so we should be able to do that without too much trouble, one would think. Okay, now we'll move this out of the way right here. I've already talked about the Canadian dollar. I've already talked about silver. So now we got to go in and we have to talk about one other commodity that we haven't talked about in a while, but we're doing this for one of our good friends over there in Chicago, and that is coffee. And we'll get coffee right here. This is Christmas coffee. Should be selling off. Oh, not yet. We're getting close. Here's coffee as we look at it here this morning, folks. There it is right there, and we're right up against it. Again, we've had another ABCD lined up in here. You can see here, and the fact is that this is going to be a butterfly pattern, folks. You'll see it here. There's your AB, CD leg, and takes you right up to the probably 127, and that was the 127 of that move, plus it was 127 of this whole move right here. That's why there was so much resistance up here today too. Wow, look, it's a big reversal, folks. That's 20-some cents and 25 cents in coffee. That's a whiz bang. Let's take a look at this on the hourly, because if you'd been on that one, look at that. That's a beauty. Oh, you got another one right in here too. Let's just measure that one. Okay, and there's where we are from this high down to this low right up there. And there's where we are right now. Measures almost to the exact high, 437. Isn't that amazing? Son of a gun. I just took it from that low to that high to there, and there it is right there. 127, everything lining up just about as cool as you can possibly imagine, okay? So that's what we're paying attention to here this morning. So let's move out of the way here. And let's double check we got anything going here. Okay, now we're making new high now here in the stock market here. So you got to have a stop in here, folks, because if we sold this here at the 49228, that was the ABCD, or 235. So you don't want to risk more than 100 points. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to get out of that. And we're having a big move here in the Russell today, folks. It's having a heck of a move. As a matter of fact, we can see this morning's move, what we've done here. We came dropped 20 points, and we're still going back up here. If we look at this on the long-term hourly, you'll be able to see we are above the 61% retracement now, which was right in there. And it looks like we're going to go even higher. Let's just measure it from the high that we made right back here to where we are right there. And it's almost exactly at the 50%, but that's still a little bit early in the game here, okay? So let's see how we're doing with the old time limit. And then we got a minute. Oh my gosh, let's take a look at a couple other stocks that people have asked us about. And one of them is Palantir. And we'll get that up here. It starts with a P. We should be able to find it. There it is right there. This is supposed to be the what do you call it? The NVIDIA of the future. So that's what we're paying attention to here right now. So there's Palantir. Still looks bullish, folks. The last little pullback here looks like it was exactly 382. There is absolutely nothing bearish about this thing at all. There was a 382 yesterday, and it's still acting very, very strong. Okay. So let's keep our eyes on the prize on that one. And then we'll move on to take a look at Caterpillar. That's been in the, had been in a parabolic move to the upside, but I haven't checked it recently. So we're going to do it right now.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we've got a buying panic going on here. It looks like this trade is going to lose here in the Dow Jones. It certainly does look like it has. I would say you're already above it, so we would have sold that at 23. So your stop's got to be right here, and it looks like that's the largest ABCD we can have here. You can see, well, just a second here. That's it right there. There's the ABCD, and that would have taken you right to there. Right there is where probably should have put it in right there, but your stop has got to be right above there. We sold that at 26. It's at 59. So your stop's got to be here at 29, at 86. So 86 would be the stop. You'd be risking $300 on that. I had it drawn wrong because I was doing it from there, and it should have been drawn from there, but that's where it is. We sold that at, well, you're only out $20 right now. So keep that one in mind. Okay. So that's where we are right now. And let's move on here. We've covered the Palantir. Let's move over, and we want to talk about the stock of Apple. Did we do Apple already? Oh, yes, we already did Apple. Let's do Disney, because someone asked about why Disney has been in the doghouse. Well, you can see it doesn't have a lot of friends. It's actually even down today. It had a nice move here during the time from the bottom there, from April. And all we're doing now is we made a big ABCD here. Wow, look at all these gaps in here. Is that correct? Wow, I guess it is. I can't be. No, yeah, it is. Wow, there's a lot of gaps. That's very unusual to see that many gaps, but you can see from the high, well, let's draw it in so we can see it together here. There's your low right here. There's your XABCD, and that's come in, well, stopped right at the 382, so it's still in a bullish mode and acting pretty good, actually. So that's what we're watching here right now as we're watching this here unfold. Hold on 1 second and get this. Whoa, why is it running away? Shut the front door. Let me get this out of the way here. And we've had a question about the Japanese yen. So let's take a moment, and we're going to go down to the bottom of the page here. And we're going to be looking at the Japanese yen. That should be ready to have a pretty good move because it's had a nice run to the upside with some ABCD action. I'm going to have to update this because I'm not involved with that. Maximum, there we are, right there. And there's where we are right there. Okay, so, well, it looks like it's made about the 7. Let's go back a little bit farther so we can see this. Let's see it a little bit better here. Well, we're back up to a double top up in here is about all I can say. It doesn't really show me very much other than we're above the 786 by a substantial amount. Let's look at this on the hourly. Now, not that substantial, but there it is on the hourly. We'll move this over a little bit right there, and that'll give us the old 786 action here. And hold on one second, and there's where we are. Right there, and there's where we are right now. We're above that. Let's move over here and talk just a little bit about this Dow Jones, folks, because I did that in a hurry, and I hate to do that, but I did, so that's not a problem. So there's wow, we went through all the numbers, even on the S&P too, went blasting through all those numbers. And wow, look at this Russell go. Whoa, man, it is really moving. That means we're probably getting ready to see an ABCD here because the early morning low this morning was exactly 382, folks, to the tick right there. There it was right there. I saw that as a 63. There it is right there, 0.382 right there this morning. And you can see there's where we are right now. So that's why it's off to the races and running. And you can see here we're still going higher. That's making everything go higher. So that means that's the thing on the Dow Jones is definitely going to be wrong. And not quite yet. No, not quite yet. It's still a little different. Okay, now there's all these numbers are different. Now remember, this is only 30 Dow stocks. We sold this at that ABCD. There was a 26. That was that first ABCD one, which was this little one right there. Okay, and that's where we are now. And you're only out $10. So, well, $50. That's not too bad considering that everything else is going nuts to the upside. I think we might have have we made new highs in the NASDAQ? No, we can't. I can see that's not even close. Get up here. Yeah, well, we're making the ABCD and the old NASDAQ. Let's see where we are with this one. There's your AB leg right here. All right, and there's your CD leg right there. Hopefully, wow, this thing, oh dear, I love this. That's a function. The little rascals. I can't do that because it's live. It's not Memorex, it's live. So let's just clean that out, and hopefully I can clean that out. See, they're playing games with me because it's live. I can't do anything but well, I'll tell you what I can do is I can draw it by hand, I believe. Let's just draw it by hand. Wow, isn't that amazing how... Okay, now that cloned that. Let's move that over. So we should be making a high right now. Yep, right now. There's the ABCD there and the old NASDAQ right there. All right, that should help us if, in fact, that's the high and we haven't gotten whacked yet in the Dow Jones. That would give us a little chance to maybe get out of that because it topped earlier. The other one just topped now. So make sure your stop is right there, folks. You get above this number right here, 469. That's $300. We don't risk any more than that. Okay, let's just put that limit minder in, and we'll see where we are here, and we'll move on to that level right there. Okay, so there's what we're watching. Okay, move that out of the way. Someone asked a question about the son of a gun. I never talk about this one. It's one of the currencies, and that is the where is it? Right here. Did I do it already? Canadian, the pound. I covered them all. I did cover the pound, didn't I? Yeah, I already covered the pound. Well, covered again. Maybe I didn't do a very good job. See, there's the pound. I guess I didn't cover the pound. Okay, there's the pound. And you can see it's still coming down. Try to refresh this. Refresh maximum right here. There's where we are. So it's just backing and filling in here. It's right setting in some pretty good support right now here, folks. That would be right at the 61% retracement of this last move right here. From this high up to this low right there. And wow, this thing doesn't... Boy, that makes it interesting. I can't see it. There it is. I just got to stop it there. and it won't stop. See, it's just beating. It's it's live. Woo! I'm sorry, folks. I have not experienced anything like this before in my trading. It's live, and so that's why it's not allowing me to put the chart together to make anything going. Without that, I can't even manipulate it now. Son of a gun. Well, hey, at least I can show some of the charts. See, I have no control. It's gone. It's got a mind of its own. Let's take a little break here. I think it's about break time anyway. I can't even do that to break, can I, or not? Let's just double check and see. Nope, I'm frozen here. I'm frozen. The thing has broken. Everything's broken.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is up back and working. Hopefully, anyway, you can see here that, get this up here. We have reached the level. We're back to basically even where we sold it. We sold it right there. And as you can see here, your stop would be right above there. Frankly, this being late in the day here, 11 o'clock, We can take a small loss here, or you could put your stop right above there. I'll let you decide whether you want to do that. If it were me, I'd stick with it because everything else went crazy to the upside, and this just made a new high. So I would stick with it with my stop right above there. So if we sold it here at 28, your stop would be at 78. So that means you'd be losing $300 if you did it. Okay. Right now you're out $50. Is that right? 10 point? Yeah, $50. So there's your choice of what you can do. Okay. So that's what we're paying attention to. Tomorrow we have the live trading from 9 until 12. I hope you can join me. I will not be able to be on the show Friday because I have an appointment that I have to be at and I have to hurry to get there. So I won't be able to do the live show, but I will be back on Monday to do the live show. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have our stop up there at 4, 6, 9, 7, 8. If we get above that, that means you're going to take a $250 loss, and we'll make it up in something else. But that's the way I'd like to play it, and so that's what I got to stick with and see what we're doing here. The Canadian dollar, the euro, all those other trades have been doing pretty good, and occasionally we've been very bullish. The crude oil, gasoline, and the heating oil. So hope you got some of that action because that was big ABCD bottomings and those. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.